Hello everybody. In this video, we will be understanding the basics of a measuring tape, what it means for each one of the markers, and understanding what you're dealing with. This is a 25-foot imperial sized metric tape. This is in inches and feet, which you can see annotations of feet, and individual inches. Each one of the inches are broken down in different correspondence. Halfway between the inch markers is the longest line between the two. You'll find those to be half an inch. When it comes down to quarters, the next largest marker is designation of your quarters. Those are to find easily where you are on the tape. Your half inch, plus or minus, tells you where you are. And the same with the quarters, plus or minus tells you where you are. Those are each individually marked. Past the quarters, being 1/4, half an inch, which is 2/4, and 3/4, you'll find eighths. Halfway between the first quarter and the starting inch is 1/8 of an inch. Past that, you would be 2/8 of an inch at 1/4. Obviously, you're always rounding down to make things simple, but when it comes to totaling up your numbers, you can actually start to understand it by utilizing the numbers in the same ratio. As you move past the different types of eighths, for instance, 3/8, 5/8, 7/8, you can start to move forward to the final markings on the tape, which is 1/16 of an inch. Past, for instance here, past the 3 to 1/16 of an inch. Then you would have 2, 3, or 4/16 of an inch. Each one of those are different forms of understanding where you are within the measuring tape. The measuring tape is designed to make it easier, obviously, especially within Imperial, which is not exactly the most sensible means of measurement, but it is very distinct. So when you're yelling out between somebody else or somebody who understands a measuring tape that you're at 4 3/16, you're easily able to understand where you are. Now again, not all measuring tapes are made the same, and some will have imperfections, and some will also not measure exactly to the same, even between different brands or the same brand even too. So further understanding of your measuring tape is what a foot is. Every foot is the total sum of 12 inches. That is the basis of measuring when it comes down to Imperial, is understanding what a foot is. So if somebody says it's, 3.5 feet, you know that it's 3 foot 6 inches. Not necessarily something as a homeowner that you'd need to know, but if you do have to deal with a carpenter, or you do have to deal with anybody who regularly deals with these sizes, understanding those sizes or to operate your own measuring tape for reference will help you. If you need to measure out for the size of cabinets, the height of cabinets, or anything else, now you'll be able to understand it and hold up a tape as well. Further understanding of reading the tape or utilizing measurements for spaces, most stud spacing is around 1/16 of an inch. So for easier marking on this specific tape, the 1/16 of an inch is highlighted in red. For every further 1/16 of an inch, being 32, 48, and so forth, is marked in red. So the benefits of that is most wood stud layouts are based on 1/16 of an inch. If you are dealing with a structural wall, something that is carrying weight, or something that might have other areas above that need utilized point load, is what it's referred to as, might have 12-inch spacing for studs. If you have a very bare minimalist build for a house or a small basement wall that's been put in, sometimes you'll find them at 24 inches on center. This will help you if you're trying to hang a picture or something heavier, such as a TV. If you're trying to find a layout or you're trying to find one stud, you can either measure off from that center, 1/16, 24, or 1 foot, and find where the corresponding stud is that you need to mount into. It's a rare case, as usually you'd have somebody who's a bit more professional do it, but if you're worried that things might not work, or you can't find a stud, you may have something called a concrete or a concrete block wall. Otherwise, it could be any number of types of surfaces that are out there. It may also be that it wasn't built correctly either, so keep that in mind. Beyond the Imperial measuring tapes, we also have the metric system. I have an old split tape here that has both on it. It has different markings for the 12-inch and a different marker for the 16-inch as well. But the importance to this tape is the metric system. The metric system on this tape is based within centimeters. Each one of these has 10 millimeters to the centimeter. So if you were to read this, 39.5 being the center between the 39 and the 40, that would give you an understanding that that is 395 millimeters. Each little peg in between is an individual millimeter. There are different markers, different types of tapes for different types of marking as well too. To make it easier on this tape, every 10 is marked in a red, so that way, if you're trying to quickly find where you are for your 10s, you can quickly find it visually. Some tapes are different, other tapes will have just metric, and just like my previous tape, it will just have Imperial. Have a great day!